Hello, everybody, and welcome to this APKNEWS Oovoo interview. I'm James APK. Glad you can join us, everybody. This person I am going to interview is a person who used to be in the Monstarz crew back in 2009 and been in the jerkin movement ever since, and has been a highly supporter. And now he is a music artist. He's writing his own songs, and APKNEWS want to interview this man because not only that, he also keeps it real on the jerkin movement as well, even though he's not even active on it. But in the meantime, please welcome young Taylor to APKNEWS. Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? Out here chilling and stuff.
Right.
Get my life together.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the chase. You've been in the jerkin movement since 2009, the same year I came in the jerkin movement. And you were part of the Monstarz crew, and then once the Monstarz dissolved, you went into music and you start making your own songs and write your own songs. But tell me, what was it like being in the jerkin movement? And describe it for many of the people out here in the jerkin movement who want to know about, what is it like being in the crew?
Alright. So, being in the jerkin movement and getting the crew was kind of more, would you say, kind of difficult. Because when you're by yourself and dancing and stuff and, not many people around you dance, and they'll judge you before they, try to enter a new type of era with you, you know what I mean?
You're right.
So, that being said, I basically just kept on pushing by myself for a while, and then I just ran into a couple of cats that do different dance styles, surfing and crumping and popping, stuff like that. And I just taught them my style, and they incorporated it with that, therefore, making our own crew. We were a jerk crew as well. We could do other shit too, bow breaking shit, you know what I mean? Little shit. Little stuff. But,
it's alright.
Yeah.
Going through being part of the crew was was difficult, but when the time came for you to start, doing more stuff other than jerkin, you start going into music, and a lot of people, and you guys split up in the crew, and I want to ask, what did it make you want to go ahead and go into music?
Well, basically, when it came to jerkin and stuff, I love dancing. That's one of my number one passions in my life right now is just dance. But I just feel as though I'm showing off all these moves and stuff, and I'm posting these videos, getting so many views, but at the same time, it's not really helping me, I'm showing you guys that I'm a positive human being, and I'm able to, be not stubborn and try new things, and if it's to the point where, people don't support you no more if you dancing, then, it's time to grow up. You know what I mean? You gotta do different things. You can still dance and shit, but, you gotta make money and stuff. We all gotta push ourselves to, get to the next level. We gotta spread our wings. So that's what it was like for me transitioning away from, dancing and stuff into rap and working and shit like that.
We're grown adults, as you're right, you're absolutely right. We're grown adults in this movement also. Not only that, we have myself, APKNEWS, you, HB the Mac, and CJ and Steven Deshawn 300, who does the mixings and such, and something. I want to go ahead and going into that about what HB the Mac said. He said in the post that he's about to be 22, and there's people who are in the jerkin movement, the next generation of jerkers, who have disregard us as not really respecting the people who made this movement actually possible. What's your reaction about what HB the Mac said?
Well, I just feel as though he's absolutely right, he's talking from his heart, He's talking from his experience, what he's seen and what he's been through. My boy HB's been, he's been in the movement for a while and stuff. He used to be around the Rangers and stuff, man, before they really, popped off and, really start moving on up. But he used to be on with them and stuff, and, it's all about the people, how people act and what people want. It's all about the greed and stuff and what people go through, and how the new people will come in, they just feel as though they need to be greedy too, because everyone else who first came in was greedy, and they got what they needed. So now it's time for them to go in there and grab shit. You know what I mean? They come in there and try to get sponsorships and, get other people to, by the way they dance, like, oh, you're not as hard as I am, or, oh, I've been knew how to do that, HB, you're old, or shit like that. I mean, all that stuff is irrelevant to the point, because you learn what you learned from him, and you learn what you learned from the movement.
And you're absolutely right on that. I also want to go ahead to ask about, when it comes to music, do you think that creativity should be also be appreciative, in the factor being in the jerkin movement, not only just for music, but mixing as well? I mean, you got CC and you got HB, the Mac, and also tons of mixers like Classic, in the East Coast. There's plenty of these people who making music for the jerkin movement, and not just them, it's just majority of the jerkin movement who makes misses.
You have to call music right now. I actually, when it comes to music and it comes to dance, they all come in one and the same, and the creativity of the music comes from the spirit, the same spirit the dance comes from, you know what I mean? It comes from the same thing, the same creativity, which so you're dancing around and stuff, you know how to move, but at the same time, that same energy that you got from dancing is coming through your mouth too. That's a talent. So at the same time, you're sharing. It's like a way of, spreading out your wings, spreading out your domain, becoming more rounded as a human being, rounded as more of an artist. So me, I'm basically like, I'm hopping into the, music stuff, and the mixers, they're pretty nice, man. I'll give it to the mixers. They're pretty nice. They do what they do, they mix different songs into, one another, but at the same time, that's not gonna make them famous. It's like, that's gonna, hype up the jerkers, we need hella sound.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Exactly. I know that, and something that is very true. We need that for the jerkin movement. What is the advice that you want to give out? Which is my final question. What is the advice that you want to give out to the jerkin movement about those who come into the movement thinking about, thinking that, it's about getting sponsorships when clearly it's about having fun? What is your advice to that? And to those who are trying to quit?
I feel as though if you come into the movement looking for sponsorships and looking to be famous, don't come in. Stay where you're at. Find a different path. If you come into the movement because you like to dance and you like the way the art is and you like the way the vibe is, then I just feel as though keep doing what you're doing. You have the feeling of the movement, so stay with the movement. You could take this movement, you could take the jerk movement and everything and use it in your own way if you would like to. And you could either take that as an experience and, teach other people. But at the same time, I feel as though if you're going to start something, you should always finish it. Right?
Right.
And, man, people who just decide they just quit and getting old, that's just on them, man, because it's like, you got to keep up with these kids, man. They young and stuff, but we older, we know more things, so we can articulate our bodies and stuff and do different things with our metaphors and our music than what they can. We could teach them things that they can teach us. We all can learn from one another. So just keep doing what they're doing and keep dancing and stuff and just strive for happiness, dude. Just be happy and shit what you do. Don't let other people strive your vision.
And you said, well put on that, in that advice there. Young Taylor, thank you so much for joining APKNEWS Oovoo interview. It was a very appreciative honor for you to be on here and to talk about your experiences, and not only that, being as a crew member, and now you're a music artist. thank you so much for this moment in time. And to everybody who is watching this, thank you for watching this amazing APK News Oovoo interview with young Taylor. And, this is the movement, everybody. Pay attention to what he is saying. And you know what? If you want to be part of this movement, you gotta come with the right mind. But anyhow, that is all for APK News Oovoo interview. This is from APK News, actually. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Take care, and God bless everybody.
God bless.